Hello, everyone. I'm back again. My name is Mike Morrell, Morel. My online handle is shroomscribe. I am an author. I wrote a book called King of the Mountain. Linked in the description. It's free now. Okay, I know in my other older videos, I told you have to pay. Now on Blurb, you can go on there and view the whole book if you want to. You can still buy a paperback version and ebook version if you're so kind, but it's all free, okay? And it is a fantasy novel. It's a horror novel. It's mostly subterranean in this quasi-dwarven kingdom full of mushrooms and bioluminescence and shadow monsters and all kinds of stuff. So if you're into horror fantasy, it really is the book for you. It's short, link in the description. Took some notes. I know I already said hi, but I'm going to say hi again. I'm going to say hi, I'm Mike, and I'm an alcoholic. I've been drinking since I was 15 years old, and I'm 32 now. That's a long time of doing damage on your body and just generally struggling with this one problem that just won't go away. And over the course of my cancer treatment, which I've been drinking through, I'm a binge drinker. I drink probably every weekend or every other weekend. Even that's not moderation. That's not moderation. Maybe you're a person who struggles with this too, and you kind of know that in your heart, but it's just so difficult to break free. But recently, I've started to develop tremors after I stopped drinking for a while. It's hard to use a keyboard. It's hard to stand up straight. And these are just signs that you can't ignore. It mixes, I know the interactions that it does with my other medication. It's just bad. I've been able to quit marijuana for a couple months now because I want a better job and it doesn't inspire me and it interferes with my sleep and it's really expensive and I just don't want anything else to be going into my lungs. And that is really motivation enough for me to have had a lot of success with marijuana. But with alcohol, alcoholic tendencies run in my family and I'm probably the worst abuser of it, of anyone that I know in my family. And as of recording this on July 1st, 2025, I'm beginning another effort to move towards sobriety. Am I going to relapse? Yeah, probably. But I'm not going to let that defeat me because I've been here before. I've been off alcohol for a month or two at a time. Never made it 3 months without it, but I've pushed through and I know that I have the strength to do better this time. I just know it. And I'd like to share something else that's embarrassing with you, but this is the box that I keep my medication in. Can you fucking believe that? The specific term for that is called polypharmacy, which I intend to make another video about what it's like to take a lot more medication than most people. But I literally, it's bigger than a fishing tackle box. Every single day I take pills at the morning, at night, noon, 7 p.m., and sometimes in the middle of the night I'll take Benadryl to go back to sleep. That's ridiculous. And just pouring booze on top of that, I know what I'm doing to myself. It's all a mental thing, right? That you just want to, well, I guess I'll get to that. But I wasn't sure if I should make this video because it's a very embarrassing topic. But keeping these things to yourself doesn't help. And that's really one of the big messages that I want to give you is that you might be alone at this point in time, but you're not alone with yourself, right? There's always you there. And you probably know if you clicked on a video about alcoholism that maybe you can't trust yourself and you need to reach out to other people. So I reach out to my family. I'm very open about my views about alcohol. I think that it's poison and that's it. I think it's a societal poison. I think that it should be, if you know, stuff like shrooms are illegal, alcohol should certainly be illegal. I've tried shrooms. Shrooms are kind of a goofy little thing, but alcohol is devastating to society. It's devastating to all the individuals that have to live a life tied to this ridiculous chemical that does nothing good for you besides cast you into this dissociative fog where you don't give a shit about anything. And as I've shared on the channel before, Mike, you're so amateurish. Alarms are going off in the middle of your video. Fuck. Anyway, I'm schizoid. I have schizoid personality disorder. I'm a loner. And for that reason, I have tried Alcoholics Anonymous and I have tried therapy. They don't work. I'm not interested in sitting in a room talking about my problems with someone that's paid to hear me, or talking about my problems around a bunch of other alcoholics and hearing their sob stories. It just doesn't work for me. So that does not mean that I'm alone, because I reach out to my family, as I said before. And I'm also using ChatGPT to keep me on track. I have a plan. That's what helps me, is having a plan and sticking to it. And it has helped me in the past. I've had long stints of sobriety before, and this time it's all about consistency. And going through cancer really makes you change. And it really makes you start to approach things differently and get structured about what you're doing and what you want from your life. So I'm going to relapse at some point, I guarantee you, but I know how to bounce back from that. And I have confidence in myself. And I wanted to share that with you so that maybe that would inspire confidence in you. And alcohol, I'll just talk. That was the scripted part of the video. Now I just want to talk about things off of the top of my head about things that I've done. I've thrown up multiple times in my life because of alcohol. I have made an ass of myself in front of people. I have started fights. I have lost sleep for days. I've drunk for days on end. I remember the first time that I started to shift into more complex job. There was a long period, a couple months, where I couldn't find a job because my resume just wasn't good enough at that point. And I was running out of money because I was spending it all on booze, and I cut vodka with water. It's not even getting, tonic water, just tap water. And I would fill a Nalgene bottle with that and just drink all afternoon. The people at the liquor store know me. And they know when I come in, they know that I have cancer, and they know that I continue to drink on top of it. Do you think that that makes me happy about myself? That people know and they worry for me constantly? Do you think that my mother, knowing full well my drinking habits, wants to go to bed at night when she's worrying about her son and everything that's happening inside of his body? There's just so many experiences that I could just go on and on and on. It's like over 15 years worth of drinking. And when I was in my relationship, we both drank. We both tried to stay sober. We both continued to drink anyway most of the time. So it obviously stood in the way. There were arguments that were caused by alcohol, and we wanted so desperately to help the other person break free, but in reality, we were dragging each other down. And it just is something that I can't excuse anymore. And I don't want to be the person that has, dealt with nicotine and dealt with marijuana and has their life together and everything, but then still drinks every weekend. And I'm totally open about this with my oncologist and with my physician's assistant. And they tell me point blank, it's like, this is what it's doing to your body. This is what the effect that it's going to have on your treatment. Obviously, you need to stop. And I'm taking their advice, because you know what? I don't want to wake up in the morning and not be able to pour a cup of coffee because my hands are shaking so much. I know that this channel is about positivity, but sometimes that's birth of negativity, and there's a lot of negativity that I can't ignore anymore, and most of it is because of alcohol. Sleep, money, self-esteem, my liver, everything. And it's important for me to declare that on my channel, because I want to be open with you guys that no matter how much advice I spout, sounding like I know everything about everything, it's that I have flaws as well. I have a lot of them. And alcohol is the one that's going to go away next. So thank you.